Kevin Curtin, and we're down here in Bastrop, Texas with Jake Lloyd and Deezie Brown. These two just cooked up a phenomenal collaborative EP called Ghetto Gala, and now we're asking them to cook up something a little different. We're talking about grilling. So get out your paper plates and get ready for some good food and some good conversation.
Crank the car, grab your coat. This is the night of the year. Lady in the front, chrome fit in the rear. Splouses, blouses, black owned everything. Her friend said she played 10 seasons for
Deezie and Jake, can you guys tell me what to you is the perfect vibe for a barbecue in Texas?
Well, for sure you gotta have some music. You know, you gotta have some music, and then after music, I think it's just worship, a little bit of brotherhood, and after that, I mean, it kind of builds itself. If you think about it, yeah, man. Good weather, for sure.
What about you?
Music? I think I agree. You gotta have the good food, because if you ain't cooking good, you ain't looking good, So you gotta have the grub and piggyback off what Deezie said, the brotherhood and your friends and family and space. I mean, look, we out here in Bastrop, man. So you gotta have the vibe, So
Follow-up question, Jake. What do you think about Deezie's apron?
I love Deezie's apron, and I'm a little jealous that I do not have one.
Shout out, Fifth Wheel Fairy Tale, man.
First own the property and then start the renovations. I'm more advanced, slip on Nike LeBron. You niggas dressing like you late for
Title of the new EP is Ghetto Gala. Can you tell me what inspired that title? Because there's some heavy linguistical contrast going on with that.
Yeah, well, for me, it was watching the Met Gala and not understanding how to get an invite. I didn't, what, do I gotta be a celebrity to go? I didn't understand that. And so for me and Jake, we wanted to create something that was for everyone, and that was for the people in our communities, so that we can attend something for one night and celebrate the hard work we've been doing all year. Your janitors, your construction workers, your people that are working 9 to 5s, you know what I'm saying? So we wanted to create something along that, and so that's what kind of Ghetto Gala came from. Yeah.
Nice.
I won't be too clever. Please just let me sever all my other ties, cause I know I can do better.
So Jake and Deezie, tell me what is your signature dish and what are we cooking up today?
Right now we got some poppers on here. Myself, my secret dish is burgers. I'm a burger guy. I'm still trying to get used to these bacon wraps. Boy, this bacon got a mind of its own, boy. But other than that, man, I love putting some hot dogs on there too, man. What about you, Jake?
See, I got a new grill at the house that I've been trying to break in, and what I usually do at the crib is we go to the market by the crib and we get like a whole chicken, and I like to put the whole chicken on there, get me the big blocks of wood and let them things smoke. So I like the whole chicken. That's where I go to. That's my go-to.
What are the poppers good for? That's kind of like getting it started, getting the party started?
Getting it going, because see me, I like to eat while I cook. Because I drink, and when everybody else is sitting at the table eating, I don't really do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to eat while I cook so I can drink and keep some on my stomach so I can continue throwing them drinks back. Yeah, man. So that's what I usually do.
You don't want to be no hungry cooker.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Because then you're going to be woozy and then the food going to burn. Right. So as long as you got something in your intake while you're cooking, you're good to go.
And the bacon kind of wakes up everybody's senses.
Yeah, you get that aroma, man. You get that aroma. Yeah, that one good.
Mess around and got your groove back. Lose that insecurity and never move back. Soon as we jump over the broom and bloom black. Just jump inside the caddy, let's move where the view's at. Ooh, baby, it's all on you, baby. It's no wonder why all our old friends say we acting brand new, baby.
So when people talk about food, they talk about what pairs well together, what complements each other. I'm interested to know, after working on this EP, how did you find that you and Deezie complement each other artistically?
Textures, man, and let me explain that. You got food. We was talking about food complement each other. We like the salty and we like the sweet, right? Both them two different flavors come in and complement each other. I feel like me and Deezie came in with our two different flavors, two different styles, but we're also similar.
Hearing each other's verses, was it kind of raising the bar for you guys when you were like, okay, he just did this, I have to bring it on there?
Let me take this one. Please take. Let me take this one. So the first song on the record is Blue State, and Deezie had already had his verse recorded, and I think the song was done. We had already both done our verses, and then he sent another version back where he had redone the same verse, and it was just the delivery. Like, I'd already heard the verse, but it was just his delivery, and I could tell that and I was like, Danny, whatever I just did, delete that. So, absolutely, man. Like, it wasn't like, or for me, it wasn't like I'm trying to outdo him, but I'm inspired by Deezie because Deezie is a really, really good rapper, and shit, a lot of times I'm not looked at so much as being a rapper, but I do rap, so it was definitely something I was like, I want to show my skills and be put next to his skills, so it definitely was something I thought about, but we weren't trying to like outdo each other.
I mean, your biggest fear is letting Jake Lloyd write a verse after you. Like, that's not what you want. You know what I'm saying? It's like doing a show before his act. That's not what you want. So it was the amount of competition, man, that we were able to do without even doing it. It was an effortless album because we jointly just knew what the goal was. You know what I'm saying? And I was basically just getting a piece of art out that the community could understand, bro.
Yeah. And I love how the record just ends with Lloyd. Lloyd.
He talking about the apron. Let's talk about the
All's well that ends well, where the players dwell. I'm posted up, keep it a buck, like Sam Cassell.
So I hear this sense of ownership on the EP. On Blue State, Jake, you talk about like first own the property and then start the renovations. And on another track, Deezie, you're talking about like laughing at record labels and want people to get, artists to get kind of like generational income. Is that idea of like kind of owning and controlling your own destiny an important aspect of the message on this EP?
I mean, yeah, for me, like, independence is everything, because that puts you in control of the creative aspect, you know what I'm saying? And for me, I do music from the art form. So if I'm in control of the art, you know what I'm saying, then I have everything after that. And so independence is everything for me. And it's not that I'm saying, like, don't sign a deal. I just mean, like, sign the smartest deal. You know what I mean? And make the smartest decisions that we can make. And we can make some of those smarter decisions by being independent. You know what I'm saying? So, it's just food for thought, and it's something to think about, and it's something to push towards my young generation and the young culture, man. It's just kind of just make smart moves, pretty much. Yeah.
What about you, Jake, with the line like first own the property and then renovation? You also talk about like family coming back and buying the house, you know, and stuff like that. Is ownership a part of a theme for you?
For sure. I think, honestly, I was inspired by Deezie and some of the moves that he's been making on his own, and just really seeing that this is something that I can actually do. You know what I mean? This is something that is can be tangible. And to quote Deezie when he said, ownership is all we got left. I mean, that's it, So yeah, just having a sense of self, a sense of pride in the work that I put out. And I texted my man last night. I had a few, but I texted him. I said, man, I'm really proud of this record. I'm really, and I said it a few minutes ago. I'm very proud of being a part of this, and I take ownership. I take pride in that. So for sure.
The last track on the EP is this track that really brings everything together, called Black Delegation. It's got the Tita on it. One of the things that sticks out to me is that you go out to mention that it's a celebration. Was that an important idea to put out there? We all talk about struggle a lot, but also there's a lot to celebrate. Is that how I'm interpreting it?
Yeah, I mean, for me, like, you don't understand. It's like celebrating for one night can tell a story and memories for the rest of your life. And so if we find different ways to celebrate our small victories, our larger goals won't seem so far away. And so that's kind of the mind frame we went with. It's like, let's figure out ways to celebrate these small victories, and that way we can achieve our goals a little bit easier.
Yeah. The record is like he said, it's like it's supposed to feel like one night. If you put it on, it should feel like this all was one. They're talking about one day, you know what I mean? And it's a celebration, and you're gonna go through some struggles, and we got a lot of stuff to celebrate, even though there's a lot of crazy crap going on. But we're finding time to make great music, celebrating each other, being friends. We're having fun, man, and we're enjoying we're enjoying the fruits of the labor, enjoying where we're at right now because we worked damn hard to get here. So doing it together is also fun.
All right, let's check on that food.
It's right where the man stood when he told my mama we ain't have enough money. Came back, bought the property, and it felt damn good. You know what I shed, sweat, tears.
Now it's time for collaboration to become a competition. We have here a guest judge, Tamar Price, the multimedia coordinator for the Austin Chronicle, who will be reviewing the food that Jake and Deezie cooked. Her qualifications as a food judge include liking food and watching several cooking shows on Netflix. Now behold, while Tamar tastes the food and gives her determination.
All right. So I got to cut it in half. It's fully cooked, so that's good. We got some cheese going on, nicely melted. The kids love it in the background, obviously. So let's just taste and see.
A pensive moment as she lets the flavors sink into her palate.
Okay. The smoke is happening. I'm liking that. The hickory chips, they did their thing. Good job. Yeah. Burger, I give it a 10 out of 10. All right.
Wow, a 10 out of 10 for the burger. Deezie, Jake, how do you feel about that? Confirming your burger skills.
I try to tell y'all these are the best burgers in Central Texas, but that's okay. Y'all
Place all the bets. I told you to direct all bets to me. I told you that.
And now, for its companion, the jalapeno popper wrapped in bacon.
All right.
Bacon gonna do what it want to do.
The bacon is doing what it wants to do and what it needs to do. It's good. I'm not a jalapeno popper person, personally. But that said, I'll give it an 8 out of 10 just because I'm not a fan of poppers. But they're good. It's good.
Tamar, what would you say about the presentation of the bacon wrap?
It's giving classic barbecue. It's classic. We're out on the grill, outside on the yard. Not too fancy. It's do you have a plate? You have a plate, right? So you're good.
I think she's saying it's appropriate for a paper plate, but not the fine china.
For sure. I dig that.
Yeah.
I agree with that. We was just kind of coming out. We was getting our feet up, up under us. So
Yeah, man. And we forgot our toothpicks.
we forgot the toothpicks.
You can't be perfect every time. And
We
so
started them on the.
that's
on
what it was. If we would
face
have had the
down.
toothpicks,
Face
we
down
probably
first.
could have got 10 out of 10.
Great job all around. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Deezie Brown and Jake Lloyd.